was standing on top of a half-built skyscraper at 5:47 in the morning, feeling the cold wind cut through my jacket. Below me, the city was still asleep, but my mind was wide awake. This building wasn't just concrete and steel. It was my last chance. 3 months ago, nobody in my company even noticed me. I was just another silent engineer in a room full of loud men. Now everything depended on this one project. And one mistake could end everything I worked for. I had no idea yet that this building was about to change my life forever. 3 months earlier, I was sitting in a tiny office, staring at blueprints that no one else wanted to touch. Everyone thought this project was too risky, too expensive, too dangerous. But I saw something different. I saw an opportunity to prove that I was more than just the girl in the office. My boss barely looked at me when he said, "If you fail, you're done here." I nodded anyway, because deep inside, I knew something they didn't. This building could either destroy me or make me unforgettable. The first week on the construction site felt like stepping into another world. The air smelled like dust and steel, and the sound of machines never stopped. I walked between the workers with my helmet on, trying not to show how nervous I was. Most of them didn't take me seriously. Some even laughed behind my back. Then it happened. One of the main support beams arrived damaged. If we used it, the whole structure could become unstable. My phone started blowing up. The supplier said it would take weeks to replace it. Weeks we didn't have. Everyone looked at me, waiting for a decision. And in that moment, I realized this wasn't just a job anymore. This was my reputation on the line. I stared at the broken beam for a long time. Everyone expected me to say, "Stop the project." But something in my gut told me not to give up. I pulled out my tablet and started recalculating everything. Load pressure, weight distribution, stress points. If I changed the design just a little, we could still move forward. My hands were shaking when I presented the new plan. The workers went silent. "This could collapse," one of them said. "But it also might work," I replied. That was the moment I chose to risk everything, instead of walking away. 2 weeks later, the sky turned dark over the construction site. A storm was coming, fast and violent. The wind howled between the unfinished floors. Rain slammed against the steel like bullets. I stood there watching the structure bend slightly under the pressure. My heart was pounding so loud I could barely hear the machines. What if I was wrong? If this building failed, it wouldn't just be concrete that fell. My career, my dreams, my future. Everything was hanging on those beams I had chosen to trust. The storm hit harder than anyone expected. Lightning cracked across the sky. The cranes swayed. Workers ran for cover. I stayed. From the control room, I watched every sensor on the screen. Pressure levels, structural movement, vibration. For a moment, the numbers spiked. I held my breath. Then something incredible happened. The building stabilized. My new design was working. The structure held firm against the storm. Tears filled my eyes. For the first time in my life, I knew I was right. When the storm finally passed, the site was silent. The city lights reflected off the wet steel, making the building look alive, strong, unbreakable. My boss walked up to me slowly. He didn't say anything at first. Then he smiled. "You saved this project," he said. In that moment, I felt something shift inside me. For the first time, I wasn't invisible anymore. I wasn't just a worker. I was the one who made the impossible stand.